Hi. Nearly everyone we know knows someone that has an addiction to smoking or knows someone that's been touched by the effects of smoking. But have you really given much thought into what our world would look like without this? The US economy used to be built on the tobacco industry. It couldn't properly function without it. Nowadays, it's a different story. Our economy now runs on such things such as transportation, energy, manufacturing, agriculture. Due to these industries growing so vastly over the past couple decades, our government needs for tobacco have nearly vanished, although it is still beneficial for them, thus the perfect time for us to try to push smoking out, since it's lowering down. Smoking needs to be banned in public places right now due to secondhand smoke, it being disrespectful to people around them, and it influencing the young. Smoking does not only harm people who are doing it, but anyone who's around them. This is called passive smoking or secondhand smoke. They're both the same thing. This is much more dangerous than people would think because secondhand smoke causes 41,000 deaths per year. If those numbers weren't scary enough, according to the Launch Association, between 1964 and 2014, 2.5 million people have died from exposure to secondhand smoke. Passive smoking, or the exposure to passive smoking, is a risk for people who have had a heart attack or who have a current risk of having a heart attack. Breathing in this smoke can cause your cells to clot, and it can trigger a heart attack. Along with heart attacks, there's more obvious things or side effects such as asthma, creating a common cold, and creating that smoker's cough. The reason that the smoker cough is caused is because we have these things called cilia in our throat. They're hair-like things, and when the smoke goes on them, it irritates them and causes you to cough and cough because it thinks something is stuck on them. It's not fair to say that people choose to smoke passively. Some places that approve of smoking, such as bars, casinos, they might be the only available jobs in this person's area, or they might be at the family business. And that some people only qualify for jobs such as this. So they're not choosing to passively smoke, but the only jobs that are available to them have smoking be allowed in the company. So this is causing it to happen. In many other countries, they don't allow their workers to be put in essential danger, even if they do agree to it. But places in America, people can be exposed to many different chemicals or many different things such as like smoking or anything like that. And even if you sign off and agree on it, or even if you don't sign off and agree on it, just if you apply for the job, they'll still have you work there, which is very different than other countries. And whether the bar that you're going to is the one that you like the most, or has a drink you like the most, or there's a casino that has the slots that you're luckiest on, you shouldn't be exposed to passive smoking. For enjoying this area or for enjoying this specific restaurant, you shouldn't be forced into smoking or into breathing in this smoke. Another evil to secondhand smoke that has recently surfaced is these commercials that are created by the Finish It campaign from finishit.org. This campaign has created commercials that have fit the younger audience very well, where they call out the big tobacco companies, how they're making way too much money off of smokers. But lately, they've been talking a lot about pets. They've been talking about how people that own a cat and they smoke, their cat is 2.5 times more likely to get cancer in their lifetime caused by the secondhand smoke. In these commercials, they pull in the audience and the younger audiences by dressing their cats in cute costumes and making these funny videos, but their catchphrase that they always put on it is smoking equals no cats equals no cat videos. They go on to say that this is the generation that should end smoking because smoking kills pets too. While having a video of a cat crying in the background can bring a lot of people in and really want to learn about this because it's saying such heartfelt things. This has gotten aired on things such as MTV and True TV, which are huge broadcasting companies, but it's also grabbed the attention of millions, especially the younger age, as I said. According to NPR.org, 1/3 of smokers in Scotland say that they have cut down on smoking due to the ban in their country, because smoking has actually been banned in all places in their country other than their own homes or private properties. Some reasons were that they couldn't leave work to smoke anymore. They used to be able to go on smoking breaks, but they can no longer do that. So their body is getting used to not having as much nicotine in their body at all times, which they would therefore smoke less unless they are in their home. This would be a great tool to people who are trying to quit altogether. And the argument with this is that the businesses that allow smoking would make less money due to people not wanting to come to their company as much, which is true for a while, but once these people start cutting back on smoking because they're not able to smoke as much as they used to, they'll be able to come back to these restaurants. They'll be able to fit back into this situation. And although like the health effects of secondhand smoke should be bad enough for us to ban smoking, but there are plenty other reasons why. And this next reason that I'm going to be telling you about is that it's just straight disrespectful to people to having to be smoking in public. What non-smoker that's like walking through the park with their kid wants to walk past someone smoking a cigarette and have to breathe in the smoke that they're blowing out right towards you? Not to mention, smokers drop their cigarette butts whenever they kind of feel like it. Here at St. Cloud State, we have designated smoking corners that people can smoke on, and there's specific boxes for you to put your cigarettes in, but people choose to still drop them on the ground. Even when the cigarette box is only like half full, they still drop them on the ground, and they're all over the place, and it's just disrespectful and it's gross. Lastly, smoking in public is like advertising for cigarettes. When some kids see someone smoking, they'll think that they're probably seeing someone enjoying their smoke, so why don't they try it? Or it could maybe spark their curiosity or make them wonder what smoking is like. The same thing with adults who have never smoked cigarettes. If they see someone, it makes them think. It's just a human nature to be curious about things. But nowadays, it's kind of hard to walk around in public without seeing someone smoking a cigarette, especially in some other places, mostly like in the south of the USA. Not to mention, it'd be very hard for someone who has quit smoking or is in the process of quitting smoking. If they see someone smoking in public, it's only going to trigger their brain and make them want to smoke more or make them want to start smoking again. It'll influence them not to go buy a pack, and we need these type of people to feel safe in this environment, especially in their own state or their own country. Wherever they go, they need to feel like they can be a better person and not have to be influenced by this bad thing. If we want to end smoking, right now is a better time than ever to do it. The tobacco industry is shrinking, and a ban could finally nudge the tobacco industries off the edge. Smoking must be in public places, not only because it would create a more healthier world, but it would save thousands of millions of lives. Smoking in public can cause terrible things such as secondhand smoke. It creates a disrespectful, unhealthy environment, and it can influence the young to smoke. Please join the movement to stop this awful event. Thank you.